Hello guys. I have some mods. Uh, uh, I did buy all of these, and it's actually free. And I did make some. So there's Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Moon. Can you please wait? Yes. Mars with its two moons, Venus and Venus, and Jupiter with its four main moons. Yeah, four main moons, which is Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Ganymede and Callisto, I did make them myself. As you can see, it's kind of beautiful, and oh no! Shh. What? Hmm. There we go. What? See, 3.13. Okay. There we go. You can barely see focus on the most I see them because they rotate. Are they rotating like they can't actually see them? Look, if you were you can see Phobos now. No.
So, confession time. Sometimes I'm coloring and I literally cannot wait to see the final result. But with color by number, I can increase my brush size and paint way faster. It honestly feels like I'm coloring.
Ansel. Let's go with Encel's next. And I did create three mods. Yeah, three new mods, which is Saturn, Titan, and Mimas. How do you say it? Mimas or Mimas? What in the dickens? Oh. If you don't know, that's Joe Map. Nah, it's actually just Joe King. Anyways, what? And yes, I do create the flesh of them. So they aren't as realistic, but I try to make them. I try to make them accurate so I can do it. Just do it. But for Mimas, it doesn't have like special things except for its massive crater, which looks like the Death Star. I don't know why. And yes, I do have this whole for you. Why is it so? So this is like so bright. But this one, it isn't. I could just pretty. Matador, Matakup, Bleep, Mr. Beep. Okay, I gotta stop making random memes and just go on with my project, and this is called Project Solar System. And if you want these mods, sorry, but I can't because the developers rejected them for some reason, I don't know. So I do like a special thing with the mouse. So it makes it like it makes it look like it's like special or something. I did it with Callisto and all of the others, especially Saturn. I put it on this ring. That was my actual idea. I put it on its ring. I put it on Saturn's ring, not the actual planet itself, but its ring. And I made a miniature one. Then basically, I do like basically just copy and pasting them. Just gonna, if it's kind of beautiful, and if I do want the, oh actually, I can do this. To actually visibly just do this, and the other one that's just copy the same pattern. Oh! Woo! Boom! Oh, then. I'm just kidding, we have to make mouse. Boom. Then I'll just make the body. Daddy!
Wow, it's so juicy, that's insane.
That is one of the best pieces of meat I've ever had in my life.
It's so not gamey, super juicy. It's almost like eating the best steak ever.
It's less gamey than lamb, but it's way more rich and juicy.
I would order this over a steak.
How would you live?
The flavor was okay, but texturally, it wasn't really it for me. And these pickled walnuts also, I don't know if I can get behind that.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I did that right. Clearly this decade was all about that mutton chop. Let's move on over to the 50s.
Trivia question, what do you think that costs today? It's definitely not like $3 anymore.
60.
I was gonna say 65.
I'm gonna go with 45.
New York City?
Editor, please tell us who won.
We mixed the 50s and the post-war golden age with the Blackstone Grove, located in what was known as the Hotel of Precedence. The price of a ribeye is now still just 45 cents per pound, and this bill right here would have been worth $132 today. Now, the 50s were extra special because it's the same decade that my mom was born. How's it going?
That's good.
Everybody say hi to mom. So what are the 50s like?
I don't remember the 50s, but I remember the 60s.
I guess the 50s were a little baby.
Yeah. But we moved to America then. Well, remember I stayed. We had people.
Hey, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. You brought your family with you.
Yep, she's a newborn. You know, they're calling them baby boomers nowadays. I'll do the roast sirloin butt with the gravy. Calf liver with bacon sounds interesting.
It's definitely interesting.
Ya, tapi gini loh.
Salad,
Cemilan
strawberry shortcake with marinated herring and a jelly chicken broth. How does that sound? That sound good. Okay. And I'll finish off with the coffee. Sorry, I gotta run to the bathroom to nurse. 7 items, but I have to say the roast sirloin at $3.50 is a massive jump in price since we started with that 75-cent Delmonico steak at the beginning of this video. In the 50s, the suburban boom post-World War II gave rise to backyard grilling culture. Charcoal grills like the Weber Kettle, which is actually still one of my favorites, became very popular, and medium rare was the gold standard. Let's move on to our next item with liver and onions. Getting out of my comfort zone this decade, next up is the calf liver.
Kind of lazy. So I just do this. Copy it.
Kyle can smell this.
I don't want to smell the calf liver.
Kyle, you have to smell the calf liver.
I feel like that smells like your arm smells like when it's sitting in a cast for like months and you can't wash it.
That's weird. I haven't smelled that since I was like 7.
You know what's crazy? I never even had a cast.
Whose calves were you sniffing, Kyle? I'd be sniffing calves. He'd be sniffing casts. Oh, what? That's where we got a leak. I did not open that. That is. Oh. Okay, rough start on this one. Apparently, the way these were made back in the 50s is you'd start with a bunch of crispy bacon, then we cook down the onions in that. In the meantime, we'll season up the livers. We'll get those livers into the flour, all coated. We'll remove the onions and add in the livers. Honestly, now that they're breaded and developing color, they really don't look bad. Get everything combined, adding vinegar and water to form a sauce. All things considered, I'm not too mad about this visually. What that means is we have that sirloin, the calf liver, we have our health salad, that looks absolutely stunning, the marinated herring, and next up we have our jellied chicken broth. This is a Sophia concoction, one of her homemade chicken soups that is quite gelatinous and should be perfect. That strawberry shortcake, and of course the coffee, and this pot we have is extremely cool. This is a kettle from the 1950s with some really interesting detail to it. I wish I could say things were looking up this decade, but when I take a look at everything I ordered, I'm feeling a little worried. Alright guys, as you can see for this decade, we have a brand new team member. We do need help actually, so yeah. A couple ideas, Winston, Grover, let us know down in the comments what you prefer, or if you have a brand new name, we need help.
We need help.
A couple very questionable items here.
Pickled herring is one of my favorite things.
Alright, well prove it to us.
Alright, try this thing over here.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the steak.
I seriously
You
love
really
that.
like that?
I love it. It's sweet, savory.
I guess I'll try it.
What is this?
It's calf liver
Oh god.
with bacon.
I thought it was more like a hamburger meat because that's what it looks like, but with bacon, that's so good.
I don't like that fish.
Max, try this one. Did you try that one yet?
I did. I don't like it.
I didn't see you try it. Can you try it again?
It has a little twang to it. I wouldn't choose it, but I do agree that bacon really helps. All things considered, this was not my favorite decade.
You get a decent amount of food, but it's not crazy good. You also don't get the best food, so it's kind of like in the middle ground where it's just eh.
We were having filet mignons, that mutton chop, all sorts of good things, and now it's like health salad, liver, and pickle fish. Everyone say hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. With that, let's move on to the 60s. We've reached the 60s and what is widely considered the most famous steakhouse in America, Peter Luger. As the economy bounced back after the war, the price of a ribeye has shot way up to $1.25 per pound, and $10 would have been worth $108 today. I'm very interested to see what you could buy at such an iconic steakhouse in this era.
Huh. You again.
You hear about that Neil Armstrong fellow? Apparently he's on the moon right now.
You actually believe that crap?
I'm gonna go with the... Well, I gotta go with the porterhouse steak.
One small porterhouse for two, one giant porterhouse for one.
I'll pair that with the meatloaf sandwich and the liverwurst sandwich. Yeah, I guess I'll just finish with an iced tea.
Do you want the ice in the tea?
The ice doesn't come in the tea.
I will send
fit
it
back.
Draw the picture. What did you want to order again?
Just 4 items, but still able to easily afford Peter Luger's most popular item. And it all starts with this insane porterhouse. Peter Luger has its own dry aging room in the basement of their flagship location in New York City, where they dry age these massive prime grade steaks. And And just like they do at the restaurant, we're seasoning with just salt. This is a thick cut, so we're going heavy. And we're cooking this entirely on a steak tray from the 60s. As you can see, it's all dinged up. Truly a piece of history. While not cooked in a pizza oven, Peter Luger does use a grill that similarly cooks with the heat from the top down, and it's actually a two-step cooking process. And as you can see, we've gotten some really nice initial color, but we're not done yet. Just removing both the strip and tenderloin, and now we can actually take slices just like this. And as you can see, it is still extremely rare, but that's intentional. We'll need a bunch of ghee, and now in this sliced up format, it's back in the ripping hot grill for a final sear over the top with all that buttery ghee below. And we should be done. Peter Luger achieves a steak with a particularly great crust on the top, and it's perfectly cooked nearly every time. Now, as good as that steak looks, we can't forget about the sandwiches. And these are certainly not sandwiches that would be considered popular today. Based on my research, the liverwurst sandwich would start with mustard, slices of that liverwurst topped with onions. And the meatloaf sandwich would have been ketchup, pickles, finally topped with slices of meatloaf. Pairing these so-called sandwiches with our beautiful steak, it's almost time to eat, though we can't forget about the incredibly famous Peter Luger steak sauce on the side, right next to our iced tea. Needless to say, this meal should be interesting. All right. Welcome to Peter Luger's. The sandwiches are kind of weirding me out, to be honest, but either way, let's go for it.
I'll tell you what, I'll try the steak, let you know how that is. You try the sandwich, let me know how that
kind
is.
of you, Kyle.
I'll go with iced tea first, a little palate cleanser. We've been to Peter Luger, but actually we haven't been inside of Peter Luger's.
This is actually kind of fire. The pickle is necessary because it gives it a crunch. It is very soft. The flavor is very good though.
This is a liverwurst sandwich, right?
That is the worst sandwich.
I like liver, so I feel like maybe some potential here. It's like cocktail.
I got a question. What do you guys think of Peter Luger steak sauce?
It's like cocktail sauce, but sweet.
I want to hate it, but I secretly love it.
It's too cocktaily. It needs to be a little bit saltier and a little bit tangier for me.
The steak is obviously incredible. I mean, it's dry aged, you get a crazy crust.
Compare this to what we had in that first decade.
Oh yeah.
We have like 4 things in front of us. Crazy where we've come from.
And we still have a ways to go. Let's move on. We've made it to the 70s and the one and only Old Homestead. As music, fashion, and blockbuster films were taking off, the price per pound of a ribeye reached $1.75, and $10 back in the 70s was worth $82.
Bye bye.